guys, how's it going? Okay, so this week's video is gonna be another one of the reverse culture shock series. So yeah, I think I might make it a series because there were a lot of things that I experienced coming back from the US or from the Netherlands back to Indonesia. So my last reverse culture shock video could be found right here. In this video, I talk about 3 things that I experienced, but in this video, I'm only gonna be talking about 1 thing, so I just get kind of expanded in detail, and it's just a lot more fun that way, you know? So yeah, let's just get started. And plus, I think I might refrain from giving some tips in the near future, you know, like at least for the next few videos. But I don't know, we'll see if I change my mind, because apparently I'm not very good at giving tips. Yeah, I did not think that my first few dislikes on YouTube would come this early on, but hey, at least I know, right? So about 5-6 years ago, when I first moved to the US, one of the things that I found really different from what I was used to back in Indonesia was the way people eat their food, you know? So they use different types of utensils. People in America, they use forks and knives to eat, but I gotta have my props here. Americans eat with their forks and their knives. Yeah, but what I was used to in Indonesia, that we would use our spoon and our fork. So yeah, that's why when I was in the US, I just had to get used to eating with a knife and a fork. And then one summer, I would come back home, you know, to visit my family and my friends and all that. That's when the shock kind of hit me. Yeah, this shock comes in 3 stages. So stage number 1 is the search. So the first stage is actually the struggle for a search of this knife. Do you not have any knives? Ada kok, itu banyak di sebelah kompor. I don't need these knives, okay? Like, do you want me to cut my finger? Ya, emang pisau kayak gimana lagi? No, like a butter knife. You use to spread jam. Kalau buat selai mah gue pakai sendok. No, I want one that's like not too long and too sharp. Ya namanya juga pisau ya tajam. That was an exaggeration because we do have this knife. But the thing is, for every 10 pairs of fork and spoons that we have, there will only be 1 of them. It's just not as common. I don't know, at least in my house it's not too common. I'm not sure about other people's houses or wherever else. And you know what, even if I do want to spread jam on the bread, I would be using a spoon, you know, like this is just not needed. Okay, and then we move on to stage number 2, which is the stares and the questions. Okay, and then let's say that you are fortunate enough to finally find your knife. And you're gonna go to the dining hall or the dining table with your family or friends, and you're gonna insist on eating with this and this. You're gonna have to accept the fact that people there are gonna look at you like a weirdo because nobody eats with these. And also, you're gonna have to deal with all of the questions that you're gonna be thrown at you. I will explain to you why in a second. And of course, in Indonesia, people eat with spoon and forks a lot of times, but it really depends on which kind of restaurant that you go to or what kind of food that you're eating. But in this scenario, let's just talk about how it is like when we eat Indonesian food. Emang lu kira kita mau makan steak? What? Itu ngapain pakai pisau? To eat. Huh? Emang bisa nyok pakai garpu? What? I eat with this all the time. It's no big deal. What about you? How do you cut stuff without a knife? Nah, emang gue mau potong apaan? Can you stop staring at me? I just want to eat in peace. So that was actually based on true story. There was this one time where I was eating nasi goreng with my sister, and then I would be using fork to scoop the rice, you know? And then my sister would just look at me weird and ask all these tough questions. Dude, ngapain sih pakai garpu? Emang bisa nyok pakai garpu? Emang nasinya nggak jatuh-jatuh? Kan enakan pakai sendok, lebih muatnya banyak. And then this leads to stage number 3, which is practice. Say at this point you have finally gone past stage 1, which is the search. You finally found your knife, and then you've gone past the second stage, which is this questions and the stares and all. Soon, and this stage you're going to learn why the knife is almost non-functional when you eat Indonesian. Bilangin kan, mana bisa sih makan pakai garpu pisau? So a lot of times, the knife is almost non-existent on the dining table in Indonesia. Because Indonesian cuisine has a lot of like curry, a lot of soup, a lot of rice, and also meat. Like a lot of times our meat has been cut, you know, in thin pieces and small pieces when they were prepping it in the kitchen. So when you're on the table, you don't really need to cut it anymore. And even if you do need to cut it, a lot of times you don't need a knife. The meat has been cooked aggressively like hours and hours before, and then gets so tender that look how little effort I put into cutting the meat. Because it's just like a lot of Indonesian meat are like this. Of course, there are exceptions and all that, but a lot of times the meat are so tender. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe as usual, because I try to make videos weekly and at least every 10 days here and there, you know, it's fine, right? So yeah, and if you guys haven't watched my previous videos, I will put the link somewhere here. I hope you guys could check it out. And also, no, there's no also. Yeah, that is it for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week or in 10 days. Bye bye, take it easy.